Okay, I have ordered a lamb pita, and I'm going to show you the making of it in the kitchen. All right, it's had its first haircut, its first trimming. You got the, basically I used, instead of the knife at this point, you just use scissors and trim off the kind of the burnt ends that, you know, crisp up first. These are done before the rest of the thing, so you take them off. That's my first yield. I mean, that's delicious in of itself, but that's not the slices of meat you want. So as you see, by compressing it, by pushing it down, you know, it makes this homogeneous thing where I'll be able to take slices off of it. And you know, we do the shawarma with the chicken and they put a tomato on top. I use lamb fat. I saved several hunks of lamb fat, so that fat's melting and basting the meat as it's cooking. Yum. Okay, we're about 20 minutes in, and my goodness, this thing, you can see it getting really crispy on the outside. The vast majority of it is done, I'd say cooked, like ready to serve, especially because when we get an order, we're going to heat it up. So I'm going to cut major portions of this thing and just cook the very inner part that hasn't been cooked yet. The double burner really is cooking this thing fast. I thought it'd be about an hour, and it's like 20 minutes, it's almost done. And you see the juice really getting nice down in the bottom of the pan. Alright, last video of the series. Well, I guess I can make one of making a gyro with a pita when we get an order. I'll add that to the end. But basically, this is it. This is when she's fully cooked. You see I turned off the top burner. Just let the bottom one on low. There's no pink left, you know, throughout the meat. The meat's cooked all the way through. Glistening because of that fat cap I put on the top. That and that are all lamb fat. See how it's just white? And that's been roasting and dripping down the whole time. I'll stop the rotation and show you how juicy that fat is there. Look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that drip down. Look at that, look at that, look at that. There he goes, look at that, look at that, there he goes, look at that, look at that. And he ain't wearing no clothes. What, darling? Badoom! My phone's going to explode from the heat. You don't want me to cook my phone? My phone's not going to taste good brown? No? Brown equals flavor, you know that. Brown equals flavor. I shouldn't brown my phone? Katoom! My phone will go katoom if I hold it too close to the heat. But there you go, it's nicely crisped up here. It'll be perfect in the center. And then down here, even the inner parts of it are all cooked through. There's no pink. Everything is good to go. It's that's a bunch of gyro. Look at that drip. See the fat dripping? Oh my God, that's delicious. And then we got the onions and stuff, a little juice down in the pan that we'll mix in with it too. Just like when you pull pork. I can actually turn this sucker off now. Try. Okay, the order has been called into the kitchen. They jump into action. The meat has been brought out for the lamb, and what happens is it gets cooked up on the stove. We're not using the non-stick skillet because lamb has a really strong flavor and taste. And if we used one of the non-stick skillets, then it would taste like lamb when we made hamburger or anything else. So there's the lamb that I cooked up on the rotisserie. And we're going to put 100 grams of that, which is 1/10 of a kilo, along with some onions into the pan. So what happens is the lamb gives the onion some flavor and the onion gives the lamb some flavor. And there's still plenty of fat. You can see that big nice hunk of fat there. It's still very juicy. That's almost going to act like oil inside the pan. See that fat? Fat equals flavor. So that will melt down as it cooks and render out. Yep, a little bit of onion. Yum, yum. Meanwhile, the pita's going in and going to be heated up. Toasted pita. Yum, yum, yum. And I'm going to have it pet. So that means we're going to put sriracha in with the tzatziki. Yum, 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 yum. Aloy. So the cool thing about having a restaurant is if you love a certain food, you can just like kind of bring it in and start making it. And gyros are one of my favorite foods. Plus, we already have the falafel, hummus, you know, shakshuka thing going on here. So gyros are kind of a natural addition. You know, they fit in. We're already doing kebab pitas, which is the shawarma. We're already doing hummus pitas, you know, so not a big deal to get the lamb. And then we made our own tzatziki sauce too, which I did a video on, homemade tzatziki. But that was the only two things that we didn't have already. So over here, we're cutting the pita. We've got sriracha, and it looks like we need to make more tzatziki because we're almost out of tzatziki. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. So this is all fully cooked because it was on the rotisserie, so we're just heating it through to order. The idea is that we part cook as much as we can ahead of time, you know, during the day when things are slow, and then when we get hit for lunch or get hit at nighttime, it's only a couple of minutes to heat up the food that's already partially cooked or part cooked. In the restaurant industry, they call it part cooked. Parboil, part cook. Yeah, yum. You can smell it. Mmm. Aloy. 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 Yum. Aloy, Mark. That's it. That's one portion of gyro lamb. Once again, with the onions. And then, and it was marinated with onions before it was broiled. Yeah, a little pepper, a little seasoning. There you go. Yum. And that's my doing. Fresh ground pepper instead of the bottled stuff, and fresh ground sea salt makes all the difference in the world in flavor. And of course, as we know, salt just makes the lamb taste more like lamb. So I made the tzatziki so thick. Yeah, tzatziki. Oh, there you go. Oh, pet milk. Wow. Wow. I want to blow my head off. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. That works for me. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it spicy. It's okay. You're not going to hurt me. I do not speak Thai very good. Yeah, so yeah, I was saying I made there's so much drained cucumber in there and dill that it doesn't go through the little top there, so they pour it out through the open mouth. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, no, it's great. Great job. Yum, yum, yum. And that is, with the addition of some tomato, the finished gyro. And you can put lettuce on it, you can put whatever you want, but I like it just like that. I'm good with the onions and the tomatoes and the tzatziki and sriracha. Yum. There's your product. Thank you. This is what's left of her gyro. I took the excess marinade, the bits of lamb that were too small to put on the spit, and the marinade, the onions and the garlic, and I cooked it up in a frying pan real quick. They made a couple of test gyros so she could have one. I put a ton of sriracha on hers because she likes stuff so spicy. So if you've never had gyros that way before, definitely try it. Put down some tzatziki on the pita, and then put a line of sriracha on top of it, especially if you like spicy food. It's a good mix, good combination. And then when you carve the gyro, if you don't have a rotating spit, you can make it at home in a loaf pan and just chop the meat up, like basically grind your own meat. Some people do a 50-50 mix of beef and lamb. Put the seasonings in, put it in your food processor until it makes almost like a paste, excuse me, a paste, so you get a fine texture. And then pack it into a loaf pan like you're making a meatloaf. And when it comes out, you press it down with like, canned goods or anything that has weight. And then That compresses it, that squeezes it, that gives it the texture you want. Slice it up and eat it with, like I said, tzatziki sauce, which is just Greek yogurt with shredded cucumber. And some dill, lemon, and garlic. We made our own tzatziki sauce this morning here.